Bitcoin is at an all-time high. However, there's a cryptocurrency that not a lot of people are talking about. Not as many as I think will be. Now, I'm not a person that tries to project things from a standpoint of prediction. However, I do pay attention to what I see. And based on what I see, this is a cryptocurrency that I think is doing something right. I'll just say that I think they're doing something right. And because they're doing something right, I feel that enough people will gravitate towards it, and it will be a force to be reckoned with. It will be very relevant. It will make a lot of people wealthy in the sense of what it does, has done, and will do. What up? You got Mr. Smith, point five of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and in this brief video, I want to talk about how this cryptocurrency I feel is kind of slept on by the majority of people who are into crypto, mainly because it's not in the same space yet as the other cryptos. It's not able to be, bought and purchased as the other crypto just yet. However, what you got to understand about currency is that we, the people, give any and every currency and any and everything value. Without our focus, our attention, our caring of that thing doesn't even matter. So you got to understand that, and that's applicable to anything. 2020 was an interesting year, but had we not given certain things attention and value, it wouldn't even matter. So it's our attention, the value that we place, whether fear or love or energy or the ability to even want that thing, the value that we place on the item controls the valuation of that item. I'm going to say that again. I kind of like that. The value that we place on an item controls the valuation of that item. So understand your power, and that's a powerful concept because it's more than just about the money and the currency. This is applicable to life, and that is what causes supply and demand. If something isn't relevant, it loses its value and people sell it for cheaper, dirt cheap. We saw how low gas went when people weren't traveling, and we'll see more of that as people go more EV. Just is what it is, because if we don't give it the value, then the valuation automatically goes down, which means who has the power? We have the power. So that being said, if we understand that, we're on to something. So anything that we give value increases the valuation of it. That's why money in the paper dollar bill is relevant, due to the fact that we've given it value, and the fact that it has value allows us to be willing to accept it as a form of payment, as well as other people be able to accept it as a form of payment because enough people value it enough. And that's that. As it relates to cryptocurrency, a lot of people are valuing the crypto space a lot more, and the more people value it, the higher it increases. Bitcoin hit all-time high. I think last time I saw it had touched 34,000, and many speculators still say that it'll go over 100,000. And I know it will have a time where it'll correct itself, as they call it, and it'll decrease at some point. But it's still all based on our valuation of it. So it could soar even more and never go back below 30. Or who knows? We'll see. But it's still based on our value. So that being said, it's a numerical thing in a sense. And part of it is how much people publicly talk about it. So whether that's the media, whether that's people who have large channels, if they publicly say certain things about this thing, they're increasing the value of it because people believe in them. Some of them have following. So it's like, oh, we need to get in on it because this person just gave it credibility, or we don't need to get in it because this person just shot it down. So it's that combination of things that are playing in our mind that determine how much value we give a thing, and it increases the value of it. So just understand that. Now, what is the crypto that I'm talking about? And I'll link to it below so you can get access to it, because at the time you can get access to it without spending a dime. And I've been accumulating it for over a year now. A little bit over a year. I've been accumulating it for over a year. You don't have to spend money to get access to it, but it's a great concept. Now, the cryptocurrency that I'm talking about is called Pi. Get you a piece of that pie. And what I feel that they're doing right is that they're creating a social experience out of it, and not necessarily a social network, but they allowed people to get access to it and mine Pi or mine crypto every day. When crypto first started getting popular, a lot of people were talking about mining Bitcoin, cracking the codes and doing certain things to get more of the Bitcoin. They used that same concept and said, hey, in order to mine Pi, all you have to do is tap in on a daily basis and you're mining Pi. Another way to get more Pi, more of the crypto, is by sharing it with somebody else who is interested in crypto and they want to continue to mine Pi mobilely. So basically you just tap in and each day your account like is counting up all throughout the day as long as you're mining. And if you have a certain amount of people that you share the platform with, then by all means you'll get more Pi based on the amount of people that you share. Now once it hits a certain number, it halves. And if you're familiar with crypto and investing in general, it halves. So it means that you might get a little less than you were getting, but lo and behold, you are still getting that amount. So, and I was gonna pull it up just so you can kind of see what it is, but I won't. I'm gonna just link to it below and let you get your own experience. That's what I'm gonna do. But the power in that is word of mouth. Just like Bitcoin is, just like everything else is, it was eventually just word of mouth. One thing led to another, and then it grew into what this is. It rewards you by sharing it. The other cryptos that I know of don't reward you just by sharing it itself. You have to buy into it, build up, the excitement behind it, the value, the attention, and then it's of value. This rewards you just for sharing it and giving people the ability to join in on mining the Pi. Another thing that I like is that it, is created strictly by the people, and you can kind of see it because of the transparency that they put. Now they went through the process. They had the white papers and the FAQs, all of the stuff that you'll wonder about, but it lets you know how many people are mining Pi on a regular basis. So when I first got involved and got access to it, it was, I want to say 200,000 people. Now it's over 10 million. So 200,000 turned into over 1 million. Then it was like, okay, once we get to over 2 million or 2.5 million, we'll do this. And then we get to 5 million, and it's been boom, boom, boom. Now it's over 10 million people, as they call pioneers. So this is what you got to understand, and this is why this is important. It went from 200,000 people, and even less than that, but when I found out about it, it was over 200,000, to now over 10 million people around the world. And I just said that currency has value based on the value that you give it. If enough people believe in something or see the potential in something, then it has the ability to be relevant. So if over 10 million people are tapping in daily to mine the Pi, then that's powerful, because 10 million can definitely become 20 million and beyond, bit by bit. And it has been around for less time than Bitcoin. Now I want you to ask yourself this, and this might give you the ability to do a little bit of research. How many people own Bitcoin? How many people own some Bitcoin? And if you do the math, you'll see that, and this includes people who have partial shares, because I'm a partial share. It's not even enough to discuss as it relates to Bitcoin. I'm a partial shareholder of the Bitcoin space. However, if you look at it and you see, oh, only this amount of people even have Bitcoin, and it's deemed as this level of value, imagine when that number, 10 million, grows beyond 10 million to 20 million to 30 million, and possibly even passes a lot of the other cryptos that are out there. So definitely click below to get access to some of that Pi. Get you a piece of that Pi so you can see what it does. But I definitely think it has some great potential based on the way that they are entering into the space. And when it does hit, you better believe those 10 million plus pioneers, myself included, will do what we have to do to raise the awareness, the value of it, and give it some additional valuation, because we understand the power that we have, and hopefully you do too. That's all I got. Mr. Smith, 0.5 of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, signing out. Definitely grab you some of that Pi. This is not a guaranteed thing, but all you have to do is download the app. When you download the app, you get access to it. And if you're on the forefront of it, I think you'll thank me later. Salute.